And my mic was off. Sorry, guys. Hi, everyone, and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Collection Mania Monday, and we are going to take a look at the Sakura colored pencils. This is a set of pencils done by the same company that does your Jelly Roll gel pens. And when I bought them, unfortunately, the first set I received were crushed and not very well taken care of. So I ended up sending those back to the company and having them send me a new set. Now, they sent me the new set, and I haven't had a chance to color with them since because, they didn't get here until the end of last month. So I will go through the swatch with you and the pencils and everything else now that the package isn't completely bent and the pencils aren't all broken up. I can actually show you what it looks like. I can't tell you 100% how these perform, unlike some of my other Collection Mania Monday sets, because I haven't actually colored a picture with them yet. I know, right? But it is the S's and it is an S, and we are in that part of the collection. So we're going to color with them today together. And I'll give you my first impressions while I color with them. This, of course, is not a full review. This is just something that is in my collection that I have that I wanted to show y'all. Now, I have a very extensive collection, as many of you already know, and if you don't, watch back the videos. Um, and I, I really, sorry, the train is going by, and I have arthritis, and my hand has decided to cramp. Um, I received an email this weekend that really upset me, and really made me feel self-conscious about my collection. And I just want to let you all know that this is an accumulated collection. I didn't just go out and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on things that I don't use or that I wouldn't use. Um, this is not something that is not known about by my husband how much money I spend. Um, and my husband's opinion of it is if it makes you happy and you enjoy doing it, do it. That's it. And I just want to put this out there that I understand that everybody has an opinion. You're all welcome to your opinion. However, when you start saying hurtful things to people with your opinions, sometimes your opinion just needs to be kept to yourself, especially if it's going out of your way to voice that opinion privately to somebody just to be mean. And with the information and the words of the email I received, it was specifically done to be mean, and I don't appreciate it. Um, it made me rethink the channel and the things that I am showing on the channel, um, and that sort of thing. I just want you all to know that the only reason why I show my collection is so that you guys get a better view and insight from another person on different pencils that you may be thinking of buying. I don't endorse, running out and buying whatever, piques your fancy, although sometimes I do. But I'm a collector, and a lot of these pencils I collect. There are some that I use more than others, and there are some that will be used for other art projects other than coloring. However, I do purchase them all with a purpose, and I do intend and I do use 99.9% of them. Ones that I don't like that I have purchased always go back. They, I always return those. I don't keep things that I'm not going to use unless the company has told me to keep them and refunded my money. Um, the email I received made me feel like a glutton and a hoarder and all sorts of horrible things. And I appreciate the fact that you're all here to support me and hang out and everything like that. And I thank you all very much for your support. And I'm gonna, stop being all squishy and gooey because that's not what this is all about. I just wanted to let you all know that this is 110% my own opinion. This is not a company has paid me to endorse their product. These are all my opinion. Even with companies that send me things for review, I always let them know that I will review their product. However, I don't expect to be paid. I don't ask to be paid. If you're going to send me the product free of charge, just know that I am going to give that product 110% honest review. If I really don't like it, I will tell my viewers I really don't like it. And so far, nobody has had a problem with that. So, anyway, guys, let's get on with Collection Mania Monday. I just wanted to throw that out there that this is 100% my opinion and my opinion only, my views and my experiences with these pencils. And for all those wonderful people out there that like to send me horrible things in the email, um, please stop because I really don't like it. I'm going to have to start having my husband, go through my email just to keep me in a happy-go-lucky mood because it really ruined my whole weekend. Okay, so let's take a look at the pencils. Now that they're not completely crushed, it'll be a lot easier to look at the pencils. I have sharpened them and, done a swatch and all that fun stuff. Now I did do a secondary swatch. This is my original swatch that I did with the crushed set. And here is the swatch of this set. So exactly the same, same colors, everything else pretty much in the exact same order and that sort of thing. Yeah. So all in the same colors, same order, all that fun stuff. I don't remember how well those ones laid down. Like I said, it's been a while since I got them, and then even longer since I got them back in. I just finished this swatch earlier, and there are a couple that are a little bit dry, scratchy, not so pigmented, things like that. Have sharpened them to make sure that that's not what the problem was, and I'm going to color with them. As you can see, the set has a really good selection of light skin tones, some light flesh tones, some yellows into your oranges, a really good selection of reds into your pinks, and your pink purples into your... They say this one's purple, but I just don't know. Yeah, what color is that? 122. Yeah, it's claret. That's what it is. So I don't think this one here should be here. I think it should be up or, up in here somewhere. Just my opinion. And I will probably move it to there because I don't like that there. But the color of the barrel I do believe is in the purple range. Where is it? Nope, no, it's even in a pink range. So yeah, no, this one. This one here would definitely be better off up here. This one here, yeah, it's fine where it is, I guess. It's more of a pinky purple gray color. But it has a really good selection of colors. The purples are always mixed up in most instances, so that there are usually things in this area that I need to move around because I don't like where they are. But there is a really good selection of blues. This blue here I would also move. Um, but other than that, this is more of a really deep teal, and I would put it on the end of there. And then we have our greens, and it has a huge selection of greens for a 72 set, and then a really good selection of browns as well. And then we go into our grays, our black, white, silver, and gold. So it has a very good selection of colors. Their color arrangement in their tin, of course, can be changed. You don't have to keep them in this color arrangement. I just swatch them straight out of the tin so that I can see what colors are actually under the paint of the barrel. So most of them are pretty close to their barrel color. Like for example, this one here would be that one there at the end. So it's really close to the color of the barrel, which is fantastic. I like that I can look at the barrel and know fairly closely that that's the color I'm going to be using. Of course, we have our peach tones, our light skin tones into our yellows, oranges, reds, pinks, purples, into our blues, into our greens, browns, grays, black, white, gold, and silver. Now on the pencils themselves, it does not have the color name. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up here. It does say Sakura colored pencils, XPV or XPY, I'm not sure what that is, 148. So it does tell you the color numbers, not the color names. Now on the back of the container, on the back of the package, it actually tells you, which I think is really cool because I like color names. Switch you back over here. There, let's see if you can see that. Zoom you in just a touch. Maybe more than a touch. No. So as you can see the number, the Asian name, and then the English name. So each one has their number, their Asian name, and then their English name, which is really kind of cool. I like that. These are a 3.3 millimeter core. It does come with its own sharpener, and I do believe they are an oil-based pencil, but I'm not absolutely positive on that. They feel like an oil-based pencil. And I do believe on their website or on their purchasing information it says they're an oil-based pencil. Alright, so we've looked at the swatch and we looked at the pencils. I'm going to actually color with these today, and I'm going to color a large picture. We may not get through the whole thing today because, you know, it is already 15 minutes into it, but I wanted to color with them because you know, I've already done the swatch and everything else. I don't want to color a small picture with them, just because I want to see how well they do in open spaces, to see if the scratchiness and the lack of pigment is a problem when doing larger things. Sometimes you can't tell that with the smaller pictures, which is fine. when I did the original swatch and the original Friday Fun stuff, I did do a small picture with them. So I've already showed that they do work in a small setting. So let's, use them in a bit of a larger setting because I haven't yet. So this will be the first time that I've actually used them in the larger setting. So this should be fun. All right, so let's just move you in just a touch. There we go. So this is a picture drawn by Rita Berman and given free of charge as a promotion for her to celebrate the release of her new coloring book, Minris durch Europa. So I do believe that means my European trip, but I'm not positive. But it's just adorable. I just love all of her little things. This is another, I'm going to switch you over to the main so that you can see it better. This is one of the free ones that she gave for that book. And this is the other one. And I'm coloring this one with the Phoenix Color colored pencils. And they're just doing so beautifully with it. I get to do this one next. So we're going to actually color this one with the Sakura and see how they do. So let's start with some flowers here. We're going to start with some, let's start with some orange. We're just going to, now this is printed on 65-pound Nina's cardstock. And since I sharpen them, they don't seem to be as scratchy, which is great. And I think, yeah, this is the lighter of the oranges. Wasn't getting very deep color out of it, and this, I just grabbed the wrong orange. But that's fine because I can blend. I can add other colors, just a little bit of red to it, and it'll be nice. Alright. So now I'm just going to go around these other things that are casting shadow on the flowers, the turn of the petals, and that sort of thing. Because we're going to come back in with a lighter color. And like I said, because of the fact that I haven't had a lot of time with these pencils, I don't have a educated opinion of them because I haven't had the opportunity to use them since I got the second set in. The first set did quite well on the swatch, did quite well on the picture if I remember correctly, but I haven't had an opportunity to color a larger area picture with them, and sometimes you can get a good feel for them on a smaller picture, and they work fantastic for those smaller details. But when you get to the point where you're going to use them on larger pictures, sometimes they're just not good for that larger area detail. So I'm just going to take a little bit of red. I'm going to fix that because I think you guys are really, well, sorry about that. Hold on 1 second. I do apologize. So I'm going to take a bit of a deeper red, and first I'm going to fix the camera. Sorry about the phone, guys. I thought I turned it off, but I guess not. Alright. So we're going to fix this camera because it does not look, it looks awfully. There, that's better. Alright. Okay, that's a little better. So I'm just going to take some of this orangey red color here. I'm just going to get down close to the end of the petal here. Where it goes into the center of the flower. Okay, I think that's a little better. And then we're going to take a peachy tone. This is number 7. And we're just going to go into that orange and we're just going to draw it out a little bit. So it does seem to be layering okay and blending okay. So make sure I'm still in screen for y'all. Sorry about my rant. I just felt the need to say, this is who I am, this is me. I don't need your... Oh, goodness. It just doesn't ever end. It's either the phone or the dog. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Nope, she's still gonna go. She heard a bang, and she doesn't know if it's at the door or not. It's at the door. Alright, 1 moment. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So it seems that my oldest son had a delivery, and my lazy dog just laid on the couch to bark at the door. And she would have stopped. However, the postman decided that he needed to slightly knock on the door just to get the dog going even more. I don't think he did that for that purpose, but that was the outcome. Now I'm just going to go in with a bit of yellow. Into those areas with those little spots. So far we've got 4 colors on the petals here. I think they're holding up pretty good. Alright, so let's do this center area. And we're going to take this yellow here, which is a fairly bright, dark yellowy color. Let's see. Yeah, it should be. And I'm just going to go through and just cover up all of these little spotty things. And then I'm going to go in with the next one, which is even brighter yellow. That one's got a little bit of darkness to it, but I want a nice bright yellow here in the center. And then we're going to take a nice dark red. And no, I think I want this one. And I'm just going to go through and color over top of those black lines with that red. And the reason why I purchased this set is because I have always absolutely enjoyed the Sakura jelly rolls. So I thought, ooh, they have pencils. I like pencils. I like that product and brand. Let's see how their pencils are, because sometimes it's a hit and miss with the jelly rolls. Sometimes they work well, sometimes they do not. But I really like their glazes. Sometimes the white works okay. Some paper just absorbs it like it's going out of style. Alright. So I'm not going to color this whole page, obviously, because that would take a long time. But I'm going to try to make sure that I use a lot of the different colors on here, just to make sure that you get a good idea or a good visual of the product's capabilities and color ranges. Like I said, I have not used this product until now beyond doing the swatch, so I cannot give a full I really enjoy this product because type of view on it, because I don't know if I enjoy it because I haven't used it a lot. I am just going through the feel of them right now and how they're performing on this cardstock. I can't tell you how they perform in coloring books or anything else because I have not used them in any of those things. So, alright, so there is a orange, light orange, yellow, all those colors. So let's do this one in pinks. So let's start with a nice bright pink. You know, and I know that, you know, if I didn't expect people to not be 100% nice all the time, I wouldn't have started on YouTube in the first place. And I most definitely do expect to have those trolls. I just wanted to put it out there that, you know, even though what you said really, really hurt my feelings and made me second guess myself, um, your comments were and your email was unnecessary. Um, if I didn't, if people didn't feel that they enjoyed my channel and enjoyed hanging out with me and all that fun stuff, um, I wouldn't be here. But because so many people do stop in and say, "Hey, I really enjoyed watching your live," or "Hey, wasn't able to be there, but I watched it over again and it was hilarious," or "It was great," or "It was very informative," then I would have more of a, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I had that this weekend a lot. I did get over it, but I still had it. And I watched other YouTubers and just pined on it for a little bit. But yeah, you know what? I will get up tomorrow and I will do my video and I will be fabulous. Because I am. Now, of course, that is not my personal opinion. That is the opinion of my husband. So. Alright, so I'm just using a lighter pink here now. And this is where you get to see whether or not it's going to blend together or if it's going to take over the color. Now, as you can see, I'm not covering the whole thing with the dark and then going over it with the light, which I normally do. And while I was doing this um, one here, that's what I did. Now I want to visually see if it will do better, a better blend by just going from one color to the next and just touching them together instead of going completely over your entire color. Because with some pencils, that is what works better. With other pencils, going over the entire thing works better. And with other pencils, going from light to dark works better. So it all depends upon the pencil, depends upon the way you're using it. And of course, everybody's experience is not going to be the same. So if you have a bad experience with a set of pencils that you've seen somebody else using, it's not you. It's not the fact that, you don't know how to use the pencils, or, pencils aren't for you because you can't make them do what somebody else can make them do. It has taken us, a few of us YouTubers, quite some time to get the pencils to do what we want them to do. I still can't get them to do what I want them to do. Um, but, if you just keep trying and stick to it, you will find that they work a lot better than you think they do. And of course, paper is everything. Sometimes some pencils just hate different papers and they just don't play well on them at all. Some will mix wax to oil-based really nicely, some will not. So each pencil has its own little foibles, it has its own little quirks, just like people. I just like my pencils more because, they don't talk back. The only other people I actually, interact with, exchange with, as, close in contact with, are my kids and my husband. And both of those talk back. And my dog, she talks back too. So I'm just going through with some red, highlighting that putting a little bit of extra color in there. I think I'm going to go very, very tips of the flowers again. Alright, so they're covering quite nicely on larger areas. So I'm going to do this one here, and I'm going to do it in purples. So I want to grab this one here, which is a deeper purple and more into the blue-violet colors. This one here is number 124. Yes. It's not the deepest purple that they have in the set, but it's one of the deeper purples that they have in the set. It's more of a purple blue than a red purple or a red violet. It's more like a blue violet. Just putting in all the shadow areas. I would also like to say thank you to each and every one of you who do subscribe to the channel and hang out with me and enjoy the channel, and leave me comments and encourage me. I do appreciate it. Your encouragement is what keeps me going, and I thank you all very much for that. Also want to say thank you for the support from my members. That also tells me and reminds me that people enjoy what I'm doing, which is great. So I'm just going over all the shadowy areas, all those areas where I want it to be darker than the rest. I really should be going up the edges here as well, especially here, because there's a leaf there. Alright. Okay. Now this purple does seem to have a little bit of a lighter pigment. Now I'm not sure if that's because I'm not putting enough pressure on the pencil, because I don't want to kill the tooth of the page, or if it's the pencil itself. I will test it on the back side of the page here, because I feel it's a little light. And it could also be that I need to go over it. I think it's just that I need to go over it. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the pencil, which is leaving, of course, less of the pencil on the page, which is fine. We will be coming back through it, so just going to do the edge here. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. It has been hot and sunny here for a long time, and I'm really hoping that the rain starts coming pretty soon. We could really use some. So can British Columbia. The fires up there are just getting outrageous. Sorry about that, guys. My dog decided that I was not allowed to sleep last night. So I'm extremely tired today, so I'm going to take a sip of coffee. And hopefully keep myself awake here a little bit. Because my brain keeps on saying, no, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. And if it keeps on doing that, I might have to come back to this and re-record after a nap. I won't, of course, but I will finish it off. So I'm using a lighter purple, and I'm going over the entire thing. And as you can see, it is actually dulling out that darker purple, which is not at all what I wanted to do. So I'm just going to take a bit of a red purple and just give that darker purple a bit of a boost. Now I'm not, of course, not going over it really heavily. Just giving it enough of a, oh yeah, by the way, I'm here. Look. So that that darker purple, when I blend into it, that darker purple will stand out a little bit. Okay, that's better. That is a better. The purples don't seem to, they seem to be pigmented, but they definitely require some more layering than the yellow and pink did. Orange and pink. Okay. So I think we'll finish up this flower and do one more with some of the blues. Just try and think of all the different colors the flowers are. There's lots of different colored flowers. But we've got some bluebells here, so we'll do those. And some little ones here. So many flower color combinations. It's crazy. This kind of reminds me of a little fairy door with the ladybugs, and I just love this little lantern here with the little hearts. It is so cute. Can't wait for this book to come out. It is available on pre-order on Etsy, and I think on her website it's also available on pre-order. Don't know if it is on Amazon or not. Really haven't checked. I tend to, if the artist has their own website, I tend to check everything out there first. And this one, because it is pre-order, I didn't even look really, because I can't buy it yet anyway. So it'll be out in September. Its release date is September 27th, 2021. It's just such a darling little freebie that she gave us. And of course, you know, I would share the freebie, but I don't know how that works with copyright and whatnot. So you may have to just go to her website and take a look at some of her freebies, because I do believe it's in there. All right. So we've got our light down, we've got our dark down. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of this medium color, and I think it's this one here that I want. No, I want this one. Yeah, this one here, which is a little bit of a pinky color. And I'm just going to bring that in to some of the shadow areas, extending those shadow areas out a little bit, but leaving the areas where the light's going to hit that flower open. There, that's better. And, you know, it's layering quite nicely and very, very well, which is great. Like I said, all I can do is give you the first impression on what I'm coloring now, because of the fact that I have not used these before. They do seem to have a little tiny bit of a wax problem, where they, instead of getting into the tooth, it just glides over top of them, which flattens down everything, and you can't get more than a couple layers on. Once again, just my opinion. Alright. Okay, so I'm just getting into those shadows, making sure that the edges and the shadow areas stick out a little bit. There we go. Alright, now we're going to do the center, and we're going to do that with some reds, red-orange colors. Sorry guys, concentrating. Little tiny details always get me. Alright. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of red, and we're just going to touch those little shadow dark areas. And we're going to go in here. Okay. And then we're going to take a deeper red. actually going to use this one. And we're just going to go around the edge. Okay, so just going around that outer edge there with that darker red, and into the center ring with that dark red too. Now we're going to take some yellow and we're going to finish it off. And then we're going to take some blues and we're going to do the bluebells up here. So we got some darker blues that we're just going to put into the tips here. Alright. And we'll take a light blue. This is our lightest blue. And we're just going to gently bring that in. Take a dark blue again. Make sure you get all the areas. Alright. And then we're just going to take some the dark blue again and just give that a little bit more oomph. And then we're going to just finish off with that light blue, drag everything all together. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to show you the main picture here. So far we've got some yellow, some blues, some purple, some pinks. And I'm going to leave it at that for today. Tomorrow is Tips and Tricks Tuesday, and of course we're still working on florals and leaves. So we have a lot of different flowers in this picture. So last week was Johanna Basford's. This week we're going to work on Rita Berman. They do have really close to the same style in their flowers and leaves. Rita's are a little bit larger, where Joanna's tend to be a little bit smaller and finer detailed. So we will continue this on tomorrow in Tips and Tricks Tuesday, and we will use the Sakura colored pencils for that, so that we can get a good feel of these and I can give you a thorough feeling for them and for myself, because like I said, this is the first time I've actually used them in something other than my swatch. Alright guys, of course remember to relax, color, and stay safe, and happy coloring everyone. Of course it is Collection Mania Monday, so send me a note, leave me a comment about what is in your collection today, and what are you going to use from your collection today is the better question. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe. That is the absolute best ways to support any of your favorite YouTubers, and tells YouTube that you enjoy the channel. Of course, do try to watch all the way to the end, because that just tells YouTube even more that people enjoy my content. If you want to join us over on Facebook, please feel free to do so. The link is in the description below the video. Just make sure that you fill out the application form. Of course, that's just 3 or 4 small questions. Once that is filled out and submitted, one of my administration will get you in as quickly as possible. Other than that, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we will see you again for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Until then, bye bye for now.